Good morning, my dear students. Let's continue with the new topic, that is de Broglie relationship. This de Broglie relationship, it tells us about the dual behavior of matter which were not explained by Bose model. So after the shortcoming of Bose model, there were many attempts had been made to develop a more suitable and general model for atoms. So here we have two important development which contributed significantly in the formulation of such a model, where first is dual behavior of matter, second is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So here we will start with the dual behavior of matter. De Broglie, he proposed that matter like radiation should also show dual behavior, that is both particle and wave like properties. Okay, electrons and photons have momentum as well as wavelength. So the wave associated with a particle in motion is called a matter wave or de Broglie wave. So here we have de Broglie relationship that suggested the dual nature of matter, that a matter should behave as both particle as well as wave. So de Broglie, he took an account for the energy which is given by Einstein and Planck both. So according to the Planck's, here we have E is equal to h nu, where h is Planck's constant and nu is frequency. Nu can also be taken as c upon lambda, where c is the speed of light and lambda, that is wavelength. Second, according to the Einstein, E is equal to mc square. Okay, so both these we can take together by taking equation 1 and 2. Here we will get hc upon lambda is equal to mc square. By cancelling c on both the side, here we got h upon lambda is equal to mc, because here we are calculating the wavelength, so wavelength would be equal to h upon mc. Okay, where h is Planck's constant, m is mass of electron, and c is the velocity of light. So students, this here the scientist, that de Broglie, he tried to explain the dual behavior that Bose could not be explained, that is that both particle and wave nature. Okay, here see we have many of the numericals on the basis of this one also. So first, this is the de Broglie relationship, explain both the nature in which one electron is taken as wave as well as particle. The wave character of this one is also showing by taking an example of electromagnetic radiation, that is interference, diffraction. These tell us the wave nature of any of the electron. And for the particle character, here we explain, that is black body radiation, photoelectric effect, and scintillation effect also. So first you people should know what do you mean by scintillation effect. So this scintillation effect tells us the particle character of wave, sorry, particle character of any of the electron. Like here we can take example, if you will like scientists, they were taken a plate of zinc sulfide and they were bombarded electron on that. So what were the observation that he observed after bombarding? They found that actually, that if they were showing the wave character, then the plate should become decolorized, or it should become white, full white. But they observed that on bombarding electron over the zinc sulfide plate, what they found, that small dots were appeared. Like if we people are throwing a muddy ball into the wall, then small dots appear on the wall. Like that, this type of dots were appear on the zinc sulfide plate, which shows the particle character of the electron. So according to the de Broglie, all the electrons show both the character, that is wave character, as well as particle character. And these characters were explained by many concepts, like by taking interference, diffraction, reflection, electromagnetic radiation. For particle also we have taken black body, photoelectric scintillation effect. Okay, so these are all about the de Broglie's relationship. Now here we have significance of de Broglie relation, that is de Broglie equation is applicable to all material object, but it has significance only in case of microscopic particle. So this de Broglie relationship has no significance in everyday life. Okay, it is applicable only for the microscopic particle. Why? Because see here what is given. Here we have the relation, that is lambda is equal to h upon mc, yeah, h upon mv. If we will be taking for the wave character, we have to take lambda is equal to h upon mc, because c it represent the velocity of, or sorry, speed of light. Or if we will be taking particle character, then we have to take lambda is equal to h upon mv, where v is taken as the velocity of particle. Okay, so for particle and for wave we have to just change c or v. So here relationship is what, lambda is equal to h upon mv. So here it is seen from the relation that as the mass of any of the object is increases, the lambda become decreases. Okay, so if it is applicable only for the microscopic substance, because if the mass increases, then it goes to the range of cosmic rays, which is very less, or very a small wavelength. Or if it goes after that also, then it cannot be seen. Okay, so as the mass increases, then the wavelength become decreases. That's why it should be applicable only for the microscopic particle, because the microscopic particle, these have the mass, very less mass, and then the wavelength become high, and if the wavelength is high, then it can be seen. Okay, under the microscope. So this de Broglie equation is applicable only for the microscopic particle. Here we have few of the numericals also on the basis of this de Broglie, that will be asked in your exam. Like, calculate the wavelength of an electron moving with velocity of 2.05 into 10 to the power 7 meter per second. Here what you have to calculate, you have to calculate wavelength. Okay, so we have to put the formula, that is wavelength, velocity is given, that is wavelength is equal to h upon mv. H is what? H is Planck's constant. So always we are having the value of constant, that is Planck's constant. It has constant value 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34. If it is given in the question, then it will be good for you, but if these value will not be given in the question, then you people have to know all these values. Okay, Planck's constant or mass of electron, that is also fixed, that is 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31, that is the mass of one electron, into velocity is given in the question, that is 2.05 into 10 to the power 7 meter per second. So on calculating, here we got the wavelength, that is 3.55 into 10 to the power minus 11 meters. Okay, one more numerical we are having, that if the velocity of electron in Bohr's first orbit, we are having number of orbits na. So in Bohr's first orbit, here electron is present and the velocity of this one is 2.19 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second. Then calculate the wavelength. Again you have to calculate the wavelength, then same formula you have to put. Then velocity is given, value of h or m is constant, then simply put the value of these two, and on calculating, here we got the answer, that is 3.32 into 10 to the power minus 10 meters. So by this relationship, that is de Broglie relationship, we can calculate the wavelength of any of the electron. Okay, so after this one we have another topic, that is Heisenberg uncertainty principle. According to this principle, Heisenberg, he said that if we need to calculate or measure the position and momentum of an electron, so in order to get the accurate position of electron, it would be very difficult, because electrons are continuously moving, and whenever we need to take the accurate position, then it may, here there is change in momentum takes place, or if we need to get the momentum accurately, then there may be change in position takes place. So according to the Heisenberg, he said that it is not possible to measure the position and the velocity or momentum of a microscopic particle simultaneously, okay, with very accuracy. So it could be very difficult according to Heisenberg, because electron, it is a microscopic particle, here it is very small. So if we need to calculate the position, then the momentum may change or velocity may change, or if we need to get the velocity, then the position may also change. Okay, so as a result, the position as well as the velocity of electron are disturbed. That's why we could not take it accurately. So here the mathematically expression of this principle is given as del S into del P is greater than equal to h upon 4 pi, where del x is the uncertainty in position, del p is uncertainty in momentum or velocity. We know that del p is what? It is momentum. So momentum is equal to mass into velocity, or that is mass into change in velocity. So here it could be written as m del v. So by putting this value of del p into the above equation, it would be del x multiply m del v greater than equal to h upon 4 pi. Okay, so this is also applicable for the microscopic particle only. We know that the position of particle can be measured depending upon the wavelength of the light used. So the shorter wavelength, greater accuracy or higher frequency or higher energy. Thus high energy photon on striking the electron changes its speed as well as direction. Okay, so here also we have the significance of Heisenberg uncertainty principle, that already I told you that it is also applicable for the microscopic particle, because energy of photon is insufficient to change the position and the velocity of bigger bodies when it is collide with them. Okay, so here also we have many of the numericals based on this Heisenberg uncertainty principle. So see what is the question, that calculate the uncertainty in velocity of a mass 2000 kg whose position is known to an accuracy of plus minus 10. So what you have to calculate? You have to calculate the uncertainty in velocity. Mass is given in the question. Okay, so you have to put the formula first, that is del x dot m del v is equal to h upon 4 pi del x, that is position, it is given as 10 into mass is also given, that is 2000, del v that is velocity. You have to calculate h, that is Planck's constant, and here the value of Planck's constant is given, that is 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 upon 4, and value of pi also we know, that is 3.14. So because we need to calculate velocity, so by taking velocity we have to interchange the place of these, and then we will get del v is equal to 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 upon 10 into 2000 into 4 into 3.14. So on calculating, here we got 2.6 into 10 to the power minus 39 meter per second, that is the velocity. Okay, see we have one more question related to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, that if uncertainty in position of an electron, or uncertainty in position of an electron, if uncertainty in its velocity is 0.001 percentage, and mass of electron, that is already given 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31, velocity that is 300 meter per second, but here we have change in the velocity and it is given in the percentage. So because it is given in the percentage, then we need to calculate del v, that is 0.01 upon 100, because percentage is given here, and into 300. So here del v is equal to 0.003. Now we have to put these value into the formula, that is del x into m del v is equal to h upon 4 pi del x. We need to calculate position is asked, na? Yes, uncertainty in position of electron you need to have to calculate. That is del x is equal to 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34. That is the value of h. Now we have 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31. That is mass of electron is given into value of del v, that is 0.003 into 4 into 3.14, that is the value of pi. Then on calculating here we got del x is equal to 1.92 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. Okay, so here sometime the definition of these Heisenberg or de Broglie would be asked, or many times the numericals on the basis of these two things will be asked. So you people have to prepare the numerical formula and the definition of these two, because in your pre-mid examination from the second chapter you will be getting question from the topic that is Bose model, de Broglie, and from Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. These are the three topics that you people have to prepare for the pre-midterm from chapter 2nd. So I hope students all the portion that I explained now is clear to you people. If still you will be getting any doubt, then you can directly contact me over my phone, or you can message me also in my WhatsApp number. Thank you so much for hearing me.